Hey everyone. So in today's video, we're gonna see the complete setup of setting up a virtual machine in GCP Console, GCP Cloud, and then we're gonna install our Node.js Docker Compose, and we'll try to set up a basic test network as well. So let's get started. Here we can see we have to create any VM instance like EC2 instance for our requirement, right? So what I'll do, just create instance. We have to choose carefully. You can choose any reason, so I'll keep the by default one because those will be mostly the cheapest one. And what I'll do, we have to go to the I'll keep my instance as is E2 medium with 2 CPU, 1 core, and 4 GB memory. So this is something a standard one, and the most simpler one. There are one more. It's like one micro one, more lesser than this, and 2 GB memory as well. But I think medium is fine as of now. So otherwise the VM will work so slow. So we don't want that, and because we want to run multiple complete network and organization. So I think this is fine. If it's not didn't work properly, then we'll see how to increase the space and all those things, right? But now most important, we need to change their Ubuntu. We have to set this system to Ubuntu. Now let's check. Yeah, Ubuntu I can see, and we'll set it to 24, the latest one. Okay, X2086. We'll use this one. Okay. Persistent disk is like balanced persistent disk. That's fine. Memory size is 10 GB as of now, but let's try to give at least 50. Okay, because we are going to download the images and so on and so forth. So it's better to keep little bit space over there. Now let's see how much it's gonna charge us for this configuration. So it's going to be 29. That is something fine. $5 they charge for 50 GB balanced persistent disk. Okay, cool. So now this is most important thing, guys. Here, this is what I'm doing for demo. But if you want to set up VMs for production grade, then it should not be this simpler one. It should be high-end configurations. You have minimum recommended is 8 GB, 8 CPU plus 16 GB RAM, right, to run your network smoothly. But this is our demo purpose, and this I'm creating only for the course purpose. So once this course is recorded, done, everything is demonstrated, I'm gonna delete it straightforward. So yeah, that's how thing is. But if you have any questions for real deployment, then feel free to reach out. Now one more thing, you can give networking tag like allow this one, hostname, it's fine, and security purpose, allow default access. Okay, advanced options, nothing. Okay, other things looks good. So uh and yeah, we can just create it. We don't need IP forwarding and all those stuffs. Oh shy, one point we missed, to rename this VM properly, but that's completely fine, I think. Now so what we need to do once we are done with the setting up things, first we will try to connect this VM with our VS Code to do SSH. So I'll try to connect this VM with my local system. Okay, so that first we're gonna see that. Okay, cool, I can see these things. But to connect these things, first what I will do, will check how things works here in GCP console, directly doing SSH from here itself. We can click on this connect button, SSH button, and then it will pop up a terminal. You have to authorize this. Once it's authorized, it's my account only, and I'm logging from the same account, same user, so they'll authenticate it immediately. Now you can see, yeah, this Akshay Kurikar already user is there. So it's empty now. What I gonna do now, most important thing, so straightforward, I gonna create one user over here. Okay, or let's do one thing. First we'll try to first I'll try to use this particular VM with this user itself. So how to do that? There are certain steps. What we need to do, we need to add our SSH key here. So let's first go inside that VM. Remember the steps, go inside VM. You can add a new SSH key, or if you have any already existing SSH key in your system, then you can use that. So do edit, scroll little bit down, and then look for SSH section. Yeah, I can see SSH section, and there are two keys already added. So add your fourth key, which is from your local system. So how to get key from your local system? Simply let me give you it's clear, and first redirect to your SSH folder and then do ls over there. You might save already existing keys. If it's not there, you can create it easily. And then I gonna pick up my VM key. These are private, and with .pub is the public key. So simply cat your VM key .pub. Now this is what I gonna use. I'll copy this, I'll grab it over here and add it here. Cool. And just simply save it. Now, what you need to do? You need to add these details in your VS Code config. So there is a one section called connect with host, then config SSH host, then config SSH. Here I gonna do configuration. So if it might be this file might be empty, or you might not have this file, so feel free to create the file. And I'm creating the fourth one. So I have already had few. So what I will do, I'll name this as blockchain project. Yeah, blockchain VM maybe. And then how to get this public IP? Let's go here and grab the public IP of our instance. So you can see here network interface section. I can see primary internal IP and there is external IP. External IP is nothing but your public IP. Okay, always remember external IP is your public IP. Or else simply you can go back. Once you click on VM instance, you can see your external IP here itself directly, right? Internal IP and external IP. External IP is your public IP. You have to grab that IP and paste it over here. Paste it here. Sorry, something here and here. So this is nothing but my VM name, instance name. You can give it anything, but I used to give some prefix for known and then the IP. So quickly identify my stuff. And then user. So we need to give user which is there inside my VM. So you have to grab this username, okay, because this VM has this user, and then we'll add this user here. Cool. And then you have to check the path. Yes, I have used the VM key only, but here you have to give the private keys path, not as the public key path. You have to give private key path, and it seems good. And I have autosave, so it's already saved. Now what you need to do, simply click on this again, connect to host, and now click on this. You can see you will populate this blockchain VM. Click on that. So now they will do the SSH from their side, and hopefully it should connect. They're asking for Linux. Okay, cool. Continue. It will take a minute to process and could not establish connection with this, permission denied. Okay, public keys permission is denied. That's completely fine. Now we'll try another method to do so. So what we're gonna do now, we'll create one more user within our system. Okay, so we have created a VM, right? So now we're gonna create a new user. Sorry, so to create a new user, sorry, where is my readme? Yeah, here is my readme file. So inside my readme, I have given a steps to create the new user. What we need to do, first we'll go inside VM and then we'll simply add new user, and then we'll change the permission to that user. So first we'll add new user with sudo permissions. They'll ask for the password. We'll give some unique password for this. I'm giving some password, you have to give it, and then just re-enter that password. Oh, might be I'm forgot. Try again. Yes, might be I put it something wrong. Okay, so you have to enter name. So let's give a user called Akshay, right? It's fine. Just some dummy data. Not required. Not required. Yeah, correct. So now user is added. So now you can check. Just change that permission to this one. Cool. Now just switch the user. Yeah, we switched it. Okay. And now just create one folder called SSH. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our key over here. We'll add our, so we need to give we need to create, so this command inside this is my public key what I'm trying to add, right? That's, you can use it, and I think we are good with this. So what change I need to do? So we can go back in our configuration file. Instead of Akshay Kurhekar, that by default username, I'll give here simply Akshay, and I'll save it, and I'll try to open this again, and let's see. Now I'm trying to connect with the specific user in that VM. Let's see. Hopefully this should work. Yeah, I think it's working. Now I can see this windows got populated. Okay. Now let's wait for a minute to set things up. Yeah, I can see Akshay with the instance name. Cool. Yeah, good. Now we are inside the VM. Now what's our primary job? To install and to set up things here inside VM. Okay. So what we gonna do? We need to set up node. Now just check, do we have node -v here? No, we don't have. Do we have Docker? Docker hyphen version? No, we don't have. So we're gonna set those things one by one. So now first we'll set up Node.js, but with NVM package. Now let's do that. So this is a document which I have already created with the steps. Now they are asking for the password, of course, because we set this user as one password, right? But please remember that password. If you forgot that password, you might need to create another user. Cool. Let's wait for to download all this stuff. Cool, download it. Now we don't need to do that. Just grab this, install NVM. Now we need to export the paths. Cool, exported. Now verify the NVM. Just simply do NVM list. Oh, sorry, not NPM. It's NVM. Node version manager. We got it. Now do one thing. NVM install. Now we will install some Node.js. So we'll install 22 node version, or we can install the latest with LST tag. Now we got the node version with 22. Now we can see the list again. We might see the lengthy list and the default one set up as 22.0 to 22.20. Now if you check node -v, yeah, I can see that node is already installed. And then just check npm as well, npm -v. So yeah, npm is also there. Cool, good news. Now let's do the Docker installation. So Docker installation is also just below this. So what we need to do, just follow a few commands to install the Docker and Docker Compose. Remember, these commands is to install only on Ubuntu. So if you want to use Docker desktop or something like that. So in our previous playlist with EHR, there we have already seen how to set up things on WSL, right? If you want to do this setup in local, correct? But this is what we are doing inside in VM. So we don't need Docker desktop, right? Because we are not using Windows. Windows is for Docker desktop. Here we are using the VM, pure VM. There is no GUI. So that's how this works. Now let's see for the best. And now install. This is the last command to install. Update and install. Let's wait for a minute. Cool. After that, what we need to do, we just need to manage user Docker Compose. Okay, systemctl enable Docker, start Docker. We'll try to do this as well. Systemctl enable Docker, start Docker. Yeah, I think everything's look good. Now let's try to enable Docker. Yeah, synchronous. And just check Docker PS. Sorry. Docker PS is a command to list all the containers. Permission denied. So let me do this as well to start the Docker. Then now let's check Docker PS. Okay, so Docker is set up with sudo permissions only. So we have to do like sudo docker PS. So now it's working. Okay, so this is how it works. So docker PS is working. You can check the version. So we have to do sudo docker hyphen version to check version, and then similarly we can check the version for Docker Compose as well. Docker Compose, yeah. So I can see the version is not like that, but yeah, I can see the commands for the Docker version as well. So now we are good with the setup, right? So things looks good. Now let's do one thing. We'll create a folder called here mkdir, our blockchain project, right? We have to set up network here. PROGST. project. Inside blockchain project, we'll clone our front end and other stuff later. But actually, one more thing, I'm using this virtual machine VM only for blockchain and backend stuff. Front end we're gonna run in our local system itself. Yeah. So in this project we're gonna connect our each and everything with the front end and Explorer as well. So all those things we'll do in the our Explorer. Might be I can do in backend, but yeah, I will see. But depend. But most of the front end work I'm gonna do in a local to optimize my VM usage, and the backend stuff where I required the complete Ubuntu. That's task only we're gonna do it on Ubuntu. Now let's move to this blockchain project folder, and let's create here one more script called installation script, right? So if you have followed earlier playlist, we have here install fabric script which I have already created as a script to for easy setup, where I don't need to VI. I don't have VI here. Okay, so maybe I have done nano. Okay, let it be. What I'll do, I'll just create things from here. Now I have Akshay here. Open this one, say okay, and open our this folder in VS Code. Let's take the time to set it up. Okay, I think good. Yep, I trusted this, man. It's my only. Now let's create install fabric sh. So here I'm trying to install all the required images and fabric sample repo for my project, right? So from my GitHub account, we can grab that script. So where it is, okay, where was it? It should be here. Yeah. So you can see Hyperledger Fabric base setup. Here is a install fabric script. So simply we can grab this complete script and paste it over here. Cool. Now open the terminal. As we have Docker and Node already installed, so it's good to run my script. But before running it, make sure to change the permission, because it's SSH. We have to give the executable permissions over here. So simply chmod 777 simpler. Yeah. All right. So let's do like this: install fabric.sh. Cool. Now let's wait to install to clone all the images from the Hyperledger community. And then we got the permission issue. Yes. Why we got permission issue? Cool. I know, because it's trying to connect with the Docker, but Docker needs sudo permission to access, right? So what we need to do, always remember this thing. Parallelly, let's create readme as well here. We have to give sudo command and then install fabric to run, then it should work. If you have to give sudo, I need to give my password as well. Cool. Now hopefully it should work. Fabric network. First one is to install binaries. To do so, simple is this one. Cool. Now I can see we got the images over here, right? Pretty good output. So let's grab these output as well for our future references, right? Or just we can say here output. This is good to document stuff for our audience, right? So output it will give something like this, and you can check that even though in Docker as well, like here sudo docker images, because we downloaded the images. So now you can see whatever we stuff downloaded, each and everything should go here. So that's you can cross verify is things properly set up here or not. Cool, things looks good. Now what we need to do, you can see your fabric samples also got generated. If you can check it, we have all the default repositories over here, right? So ABC, basis, event, ledger, all those things. And most important for us is test network, right? Inside test network, there are network.sh file, right? This file is important to run network. These are basically a script to up your network and down your network, run the containers and all those things. Multiple things will be taken care over here, right? So what we'll do, we'll try to simply go into the fabric samples, test network work, and then ls, and let's try to simply run the test network called. sudo sh up. Okay, let's see if we can able to run our basic network. Yes, immediately it got up and I can see the peer 0 org 2, peer 0 org 1 and orderer. Perfect, because my network is set up with 2 organization in by default, right? That we exactly know. In compose we can check uh how many organization it has set up over here, right? You can see ca org 2. We have not triggered the ca yet, and there are one more command to now we can check with sudo docker ps as well. If you do sudo docker ps hyphen a or a, you can see here this. Sorry for the disturbance. So this Diwali festive is going on, so people are cracking the crackers. Okay, sorry for that. Sudo docker ps hyphen a, you can see here. Yeah, network is running and up, so we can check few more things as well along with that. So we can try to run, or we can say I can create my network as well, and we can try to deploy the test chain code as well to make sure that everything is up and running, right? So you can refer to these slides, or I'll give you the updated slides, not an issue. So let me grab this command over here. Yeah, we have up the network. We can see run test network. These are the run test network commands. So now let's grab this command to create channel with CA using CouchDB as their storage database. Okay, first let me do clear. Let me little bit zoom in this one, and I'll paste my command. But remember to use sudo before this, otherwise it's not gonna work, because our Docker required sudo permissions to use, and all these things require Docker. Okay, now network is up already, and now this command is creating a channel. So that's what I did actually here. Create channel, called my channel name as my channel with CA as a certificate authority. Cool, cool, cool. Logs looks good. Logs looks good. Okay, okay, okay. Cool. Channel got created, and everyone org1 and org2 got joined to my channel. So if you clear this and do sudo docker again psa, you can see more containers. Now for CouchDB, you can see CouchDB, 2 more containers got created over here. And yeah, previously it was only one network orderer, but I can see now 2 more container over here. Okay, all are in up state. I hope so. Yes, all are in up. That is important. Now let's do one thing. We have our container ready. We have our network and orderer up. So let's check the deployment of chain code as well. So here is a command to deploy stuff on chain code. Don't worry, I'm as of now referring some other PPT, but we'll refer our ideal one. So let's give all this command in our readme as well. So this is to up network. Up network is simply sudo network dot sh up. Damn. And then the second command is this one, dot sudo. And we did this command also to run create my channel, right? That is my second command. Cool. Now here is a catch. We can give any name called test01 or test09 something, and we are going inside chaincode. So first we have to check the path. Whatever we are trying to do, is it correct? Okay, let's go there. So now currently I'm inside network token. Inside test network. Yeah, inside test network, if I came one directory out, I should see asset transfer basics. Yes, I can see that. Inside that, I should see chain code JavaScript. Chain code JavaScript. Yes, I can see it. Inside that, there should be an index directly. And this index should be pointing to the ideal chain code logic of lib. So here we are writing a chain code called asset transfer. So this is a basic functions over here, like init ledger samples to create operation, create asset, read asset, update assets, and all those things. Okay, so now that what exactly we gonna try over here to deploy the chain code. So this command we are running from sudo register one mismatch over here. This we are running from our test network directory. We have to remember that, otherwise that can be a challenging. Make sure to run the command from the correct path. I run it from the trust test network. Sorry, I ran it from the test network. Now, what exactly it will happen? It will first create a package inside test network of that chain code. Yeah, test01. And this it's gonna install on the network. Install on the network. Install on organization 1 and organization 2. Now let's see, that's the peer lifecycle chain code install. This on organization command is going on. Let's see, hope for the best. Like 90% we are good. We are set with the network and network is up and running. Now just I'm trying to test the end-to-end lifecycle of my infrastructure. So I don't need to worry about any other configuration if this works. If even though this doesn't work, we need to check there might be the problem with the CA certificate authority or something like that. But let's first wait to complete this process. And in this process, as I've already covered, we're gonna check how to add multiple organization as well. In EHR playlist, we have only 2 organization. Here we're gonna use 3 organization, and here we're gonna use multi-level, or we can say multi-file smart contract instead of single file smart contract based chain code based things. So we will try to increase our complexity a little bit over here, and yeah, to get more understanding of our core concepts. Cool. Let's get this sorted first. Yeah, sometimes it takes little time and it depends on the performance as well, as we have already taken the basic one. So it's taking a little longer. It's taking a little longer time than the expectations. Let's check the Docker. Sudo docker ps. Can see the Docker Node env 2.5. Okay. Chain code stuff is not ready. Yeah, cool. No, I think it's there. Installing chain code on peer 0 org1 using org1, organization 1. We can check logs as well. So let's try to check log of any one of the organization. So it's trying to install it on org1, right? So let's check the org1's log. This is org2, this is org1, this is their container IDs. We can grab that container ID. We can do sudo docker logs and then container ID. So we can check the logs. Failed to invoke chain code. I can see the error inside this. There are some issue inside. Yeah, simulate proposal, failed to invoke chain code lifecycle, error, timeout expired while executing transactions. So as I expected, wait for exit. So there might be some issue with the chain code, or might be the way they are setting the proposal. Okay, so we can debug this later, but the good part is chain code is getting an added inside. At least we are getting some logs to make sure that simulation is failing. Failed to execute transaction. This error, sending timeout expired while executing transaction. Not to worry much. So we're gonna solve this error in the next class. Thank you.